Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Football Card Podcast. Yet again, we are joined by Toby. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Really looking forward to getting into this one. Should be good.
This is going to be another exciting one. We're going to be reviewing this time ADRENALYN XL 2019-20. So obviously they've produced 2 trading card collections this year, being the Premier League edition, as you can see here, fantastic collection. And, of course, the Euro 2020 collection, which was released before we knew about COVID and before the tournament was cancelled. So they still released it without any preview branding like they did for their sticker collection. But I'm sure a new one will be released next summer. But, yeah, before we get into this, make sure you smash the like button. You've got 5 seconds to hit that like button. How long have they got now, Toby? How long?
I would say 3 seconds.
3 seconds. 2, 1. Better hit the like button, otherwise we'll be very upset. But yeah, before we get into this as well, if you do want to donate to the stream or the podcast itself, you can by pressing the super chat icon. I'll leave a little picture on the screen now, so you can help us out to make future podcasts in the future. So that'll be much appreciated. But there we go. Anyway, so ADRENALYN XL 2019-20. Toby, talk to me a bit about ADRENALYN XL.
ADRENALYN XL first sort of came into the UK in 2010. Panini brought it out for the 2010 World Cup to replace something called Panini Super Strikes. And ADRENALYN XL was sort of, I think it went down fairly well. They had all the official licensing. They had the Champions League license for probably up until end of 2015, I believe. And then moved into the FIFA 365 ADRENALYN XL series, which was where they had a number of the different teams' licenses, and they produced a set for teams across the world. And then the rights for the Premier League came up. I think we first found out that Panini had won the rights for the Premier League in sort of
2018.
Yeah, it was sort of October time. So obviously the hype had been building since then that obviously we were going to get an ADRENALYN XL Premier League release, and they had the license. I think they got it for 3 seasons, so till the end of 2022 at the moment. And they brought us their first ADRENALYN XL Premier League collection, which I have to say has been pretty fantastic.
I think it's safe to say they've done a fantastic job, considering it's their first ever Premier League ADRENALYN XL collection. You know, there's sales have been good. It's coming off the back of over 10 year spell of kids being used to Match Attack's Premier League, and they've done very, very well in adapting and making their own take on the Premier League collections. And I think they've done fantastically well. I think that goes without saying.
No, I think on your point there, I think what they've done so well at is that every time I've gone into a shop, the ADRENALYN XL cards have been sort of as prominent as the Topps Match Attack cards have, which I think in previous years when they've just had the Champions League license or they've done the 365 collection, it hasn't been the case. But this year they've gone sort of really big, and it's been in every shop I've been in. So fair play to Panini there.
The marketing's been fantastic, and part of that's down to the fantastic marketing man we know at Panini, big old Chris. Hope you are watching this. If you are, make sure to smash the like button. I'm counting on you. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this fantastic Premier League edition of ADRENALYN XL. So here's the front cover. As you can see, we've got Marcus Rashford down there, Kasper Schmeichel, Jimenez, Max Aarons, Harry Kane, N'Golo Kante, Mo Salah, Sterling, and Aubameyang. So starting off, there's no errors on this front cover. Match Attacks had a big error in David Luiz being on the front of their cover, and this was released, I think, was it a week after Match Attacks?
I think it was either first week of September or very last days of August. So yeah,
I think it was the first week of September. I remember now, and the starter pack was released a couple of weeks after.
Yeah, that's right.
The packs, because they needed to make it fantastic, which it was. So it was worth the wait, and it's the first actual binder we've had, which is a proper trading card binder. We haven't seen stuff like that before. It is phenomenal.
It's an unbelievable binder in my view. It's I think the best binder that I've had for a football card collection. It's solid. It really, you're not going to damage your cards in this at all. I love the little details. So just the simple things like the spine sleeve. I just think that's a really nice touch. Again, the fact that the cards don't have to go back to back and the number of pages, for me as a collector, I really like that. I think, I love Topps collections, but obviously one of the challenges has always been for their collections is fitting all your cards into your album. Not a problem with this Panini set at all. It's, amazing binder. Good value for money, definitely, that starter pack.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I think you got, was it 3 or 4? How many packs was there? 5?
I think Was it 4? Definitely 4 or 5. I'm
There was a
sure.
good amount of packs in there, and you don't get that with Topps collections. You get that pack of specific super set cards, whatever it's called, and that's a
And the
big
2
thing with
limited
Panini.
editions as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Yeah.
2 limited editions, which are guaranteed in every one. I know Topps do guaranteed gold limited editions, but this is where Panini, I think, trumps Topps in terms of the limited editions. We'll get onto that in a minute, but yeah. Overall, actually, let's talk the design of the front cover. Obviously, it is very, very similar to the La Liga collection from the previous year, which they have admitted to. They've used a template for it and they've kept it. But next year's collection is going to be even better designed. I'm pretty sure. I think it's going to be along the lines of the designing of the Premier League sticker collection, which, as we know, we'll get into that in another video because that deserves a video on its own. But yeah, the design is okay. It's not really Premier League orientated, but for the first collection, it kind of worked. And yeah, I'd say the design overall of this front cover, probably 7 out of 10, maybe 6.
Yeah, 6 or 7. I think is fair. I think it's simple, and I think that's one of the best things about it. It's nothing crazy going on. It tells you what collection it is. It's got a nice variety of different players from different teams. They haven't just gone for the big teams, which I rate. I think that's a nice touch. So yeah, I'd say 7. Probably 7's a solid score to give it to begin with.
Couldn't agree more. So if we move into the binder itself, you've obviously got the checklist, and you've got some base cards. Here's Arsenal, as you can see. It looks so nice. It really does look really nice. As you can see, not back to back. It just looks fantastic.
There we go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There's all of it just works so nicely not being back to back in my eyes. And then you've got obviously the numbering 1 to 9 in the top right there of each page, and it just goes on and on to the end of the binder. It just makes it so much easier, especially when you're first starting off, putting the cards in. You don't have to count each individual pocket, which sometimes you had to do with Topps and other collections in the past. But this is just so much easier. Definitely, if you are new to collecting, I'd advise getting your hands on this collection or waiting till next year's collection, which is around the block. It's very, very soon, I'm pretty sure. Give it a couple of months and the hype will be on for next season's set. But Toby, would you recommend collecting this next year?
This was probably the first Adrenaline XL set I collected fully. 100% would do it again. So yeah, would recommend it to anyone. I think it's a great, Panini have done a fantastic job here. So fair play to them. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it is impressive. But let's talk about the design of the base card. Here's Danny Ceballos. There he is. Nice colouring. Obviously fits the team branding there. We've got the club logo up there. We've got the card number, Premier League logo. There's his attack, there's his defence, there's his control, there's his total all-round stats. So the stats don't overtake the player, which is very, very nice. We've got his position there and where he puts his penalties, which is you can do if it goes to extra time in the online game, or not the online game, but just any old game you play with these. And then the nationality, really nicely designed. The backing, nice and orange for a midfielder. And it's got a code there you can use online. But yeah, really nicely designed. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I like the fact that the player again is so prominent on the card. Nothing silly. It's nice and simple. The scores obviously are there on the card, but they don't get in the way. They don't interfere. The position's nice and clear. Yeah, just everything's good. I'd agree with that score, 100%.
Absolutely, it's really nice, and they all look so nice together. All the specific colours all set out together. It really does look nice, and it definitely helps not being back to back because sometimes that ruins the whole look of the binder and all the cards and all that. But anyway, if we move on to the next one, which is the power pairing, really nicely designed as well. I love the gold embossed lettering. Talk us through this design, Toby. It's nice.
Again, I think the little gold touches, make it stand out from sort of the other base cards. Was this trying to remember back? Was there a slight insert rate with these power pairing cards?
I can't actually remember. There might have been.
Yeah. But they were, I'd sort of call them part of the base set, and I think they made them stand out nicely. Again, the design's fairly simple, so even though that they've got 2 players on the cards, again, both players are very, very prominent, which I think is good. I also like the fact, I don't know, Jack, if you can get it on camera, but if you were to sort of move it backwards and forwards, there's a slight rainbow effect in the background. Yeah, which I quite like. I think that's quite a nice little touch. I suppose that the one criticism from me with this, and it's just, it's the same criticism for Tops, is I don't like sort of two players being on the same card, but that's just a personal preference. Other people might feel differently. But in terms of design, again, I think very similar. I'd be looking at a 7 or an 8 for design.
I think 8 again. What do we gave 8 for base cards, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
It really is nice, I have to say, and they do fit in quite well, because sometimes Duo cards don't really fit in. They're sometimes a bit too much. But personally, I agree with your thing about you not liking Duo cards too much. But I think they should be put at the back of a binder in a separate subset.
Yes, I'd 100% agree with that. I think that would be. I think that'd be a lot better, and I probably wouldn't have so much of an issue with them if they were, a separate subset at the back.
I think it has to be a star player at the end. I love a star player, or like an MVP kind of.
Yeah, or even a rising star, or just something slightly different. Just something slightly different that allows another player that isn't already within the base set to be featured in the collection. Another detail we probably didn't touch upon is a little flag in the corner as well. Again, a little bit educational for people to understand sort of where some of their favourite players, and sort of maybe even some of the players they don't know so much about, where they come from and who they represent at international level.
Nationality, the flags, is such a massive part of a trading card. I love it. I think it's fantastic. There is one. I think there's a couple of errors in here around the collection. One of them being this man. Southampton hate him, especially Southampton fans, and he got given a card, and it is kind of controversial, but I mean, what a player Charlie Austin is, may I just say. He is fantastic, and he got wrongly treated by Southampton. But anyway, that is an error card in this collection.
Just another one here is obviously Henrik Mkhitaryan of Arsenal. Again, same for both Tops and Panini for me. Just wait a week or two to finalise your player lists, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. If they waited another couple of weeks to release this, we could have waited a couple of weeks, couldn't we? We're not that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This would be a 10 out of 10 base set. It really would. Purely because the design is just beautiful. It really is.
It is. Yeah.
Anyway,
so is.
What's the next subset we're looking at?
I think it's the heroes.
Oh, I love the hero cards. I'll tell you what.
They are nice.
The designing in this collection is just phenomenal. Show us a hero card, Tobias.
I've got one just here that was easy to hand. It's Ashley Barnes of Burnley. I love these cards. I think they're such a nice, simple design, but they look special. They look so nice. And Jack's obviously got the full page of the first 9 hero cards there. They're just such a lovely card. I mean, it's the yellow and sort of blue design with the sort of the silver foil. You could probably see that there. Just so simple, so nice. And again, they probably weren't the rarest subset, but they look so good in your album, page after page of that blue and yellow mixed with the silver foil. It's just such a lovely touch. And again, I think you've got to applaud a lot of the choices as well of the players they've chosen. I'd say that there's a lot of players there that I think a lot of people would say were sort of heroes of their own clubs. So yeah, good job, Panini. Very good job.
It all fits in very nicely. There's some teams which only have 1 hero card. There's a couple which have 2. Quite a few of them have 2. Only a couple of them don't have 2. But Chelsea and Manchester United being teams with only 1, with Kante and Lingard respectively. And Tottenham, yeah. I think they're the only 3 teams who don't have 2. But it makes it so it fits in at the end of the subset, and that makes sense. So if you go to the end where Ruben Neves is, that's the last hero card, and then you turn on to the next subset. That's what I like. So it's not overlapping on different pages. That's the big, massive problem with Topps collections. It's OCD. I know it's OCD, but I hate going onto new pages just to put one card in of a specific subset and then moving on to the next one. It's just...
Yeah, and it goes back to the point at the beginning of, sort of talking about the fact that with the Topps binder, you're sort of having to put every card back to back to fit it all in. Whereas with Panini, you sort of really can make this sort of look aesthetically pleasing with the way that you're able to put the cards in, not back to back. So yeah.
Couldn't agree more. You're spot on. If we're going to rate out of 10 the hero cards in terms of design and accessibility and stuff like that, I'd probably give them a solid 9 out of 10.
I would agree. They're so close to that 10. I think there's always room for improvement, but yeah, I love them. I think they're brilliant.
it's just, as you said, such a simple yet effective design for an insert card, which is quite simple and easy to find. But I loved it. I really did love it. But again, the one thing I would say actually is that they use a design from the La Liga collection again for this one, but that's with quite a few of the cards in this set. That's not to worry. It's the first time seeing them in the United Kingdom. So yeah.
No, just on that as well. I mean, they were sort of simple to get. You sort of got one pretty much every pack, every other pack. But what I liked was because there were so many, it was still a challenge sort of completing the subset. So again, I think they've got the balance just right there.
Fantastic, good balance. Absolutely, you're spot on. Really nicely designed those hero cards. Moving on. So far, the base set's got an 8 out of 10. Power Pairing got a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. The hero cards have got
a 9.
9 out of 10. Moving on, we've got the awesome foursomes. These there's 4 of them, which is awesome because they're 4. There's 4 of them, awesome foursome. We've got Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Tottenham. Yeah, I mean, there we go. That's a lovely design. I really like the yellow. They've definitely gone for a good theming in terms of the backing colours for these next few subsets in terms of position colouring. It really does work nicely, and they've chosen some awesome players as well.
No, I agree. The other little detail that I love about these cards is that at the back of each, between sort of where the yellow breaks up, they've used the club's kit colour as the sort of the lightning strike across the card, which I think is, again, nice little simple touch, and just sort of makes the cards have their sort of own little identity compared to each other, which I think is quite nice.
It's something we haven't seen before. 4 cards, 4 players on 1 card. It's really nice. As you said, we're not massive fans of having multiple players on 1 card, but big emphasis on the but. It works as a little subset at the back of the binder, and if there are only 4 of them to collect, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it does work. You make the point there. We don't like multiple players on the same card, but yeah, it does work as a little subset. With there only being 4, I think you can sort of get away with it. So yeah, I quite like it. What would you score it?
Oh, I'd give it a 9 as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that the detailing's good. Yeah, I'd give it a 9.
9. It was not too hard to find all 4 of them. It was still a decent challenge because there's only 4 of them, and they weren't too easy to find, so it kind of worked quite nicely on that front. And the design overall, as you said, I love the lightning strike with the team colours in the background. That works really nice. So yeah, solid 9 out of 10 yet again for a Panini card. Moving on, we've got the top keepers. So there's 5 of these to collect. Again, it fits in to the whole page. There we go. There's the awesome foursomes, and there's the top keepers just below, and then it's the next subset. Top keepers, talk to me. I mean, I love the purple. I love the colour purple. It's okay, this one. It's not as good.
I think they're okay. What I quite like is, and I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that top keepers has sort of been a theme of all of Panini's Adrenaline XL collections. I'm pretty sure that there's been a top keeper subset or a very similarly named subset for the goalkeepers. So again, I like that continuity with their sets that they brought into the Premier League. That little bit of their own identity, I suppose, with like tops with man of the matches, Panini top keepers. I like that they're trying to keep it. I think the purple design, it's very striking. It's a very, very striking design. It makes the card stand out. I suppose it doesn't shout out at me like the heroes quite did, but it's a nice subset. I think the player choices pretty good. They've picked out some good players. But yeah, I'd probably give it an 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's too much more to say about them really. But
it's just 5 solid keepers from the Premier League. Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the design is awesome. It really is. They've got it spot on. So yeah, a solid 8 out of 10. And we weren't as fond of it as the hero card. So to still get an 8 out of 10, it just says a lot about Panini's collections, especially this one. Moving on, the diamond cards. Now, if you watch my videos across this year, you will know that this is my favourite card design for a long time, purely because I love the colour blue. So this was based off young talent in the Premier League. So we've got David Brooks, we've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, Harvey Barnes, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Phil Foden, Wan-Bissaka. Did you just hold up Wan-Bissaka? You did, didn't you? Yeah, there he is. Wan-Bissaka, fantastic fullback, the best right back in the Premier League. And then we've got Max Aarons, Declan Rice, and Morgan Gibbs-White. So all the youth talent in the Premier League. In fact, 8 out of 9 of them are from England. The other is from Wales, David Brooks. So that's cool. Maybe get a few more different talents out there from different nationalities. That's one thing I have just only noticed. So that's one thing I would kind of critique, but it's only small.
That's a good observation, to be fair. Like, I hadn't noticed that either. But I agree with you as well. Favourite subset by far. In terms of design, I love the blue. I love the little diamond pattern in the background. Hopefully you can get that on camera there. The sort of the slight rainbow effect. Yeah, it's just lovely. And again, the player choices are pretty spot on as well. Just what a lovely subset.
It's kind of 3D, isn't it, with those little
the little
box.
diamond. Yeah. Oh, just such a lovely card design. I love the gold little gold features as well. The gold borders just complement it so well, so well. It's just I love it.
They shine. Look at that shine.
Yeah.
It's
just so brilliant.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I think 10 out of 10 subset. I'd love to just put these on the wall. You know, they're that nice. They're so aesthetically pleasing, these cards. I know we sound like absolute nerds right now, but it just looks so nice. I can't put it into words. This is the nicest designed card I've seen in a long time in my time of collecting.
No, I think they are some of the best cards I've had in one of my collections. I think they're And I know I said earlier about that, there always been room for improvement. I struggle to see how you could improve these, to be honest. I think, 10 out of 10 is...
we did say was the nationalities, having a few different younger players, but who cares? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's still an awesome subset, and I don't think any younger collectors really care about that, to be honest. They want to get the likes of Trent, the likes of Wan-Bissaka, Phil Foden, the youth talent in the Premier League. So, anyway, moving on. And this one... it's weird. It's a weird name for a subset. Savage Silks. Did they mean Savage Skills? No one knows still. I don't know what silk means, really.
I suppose sort of silky players that sort of, to me, that description is players that are able to sort of keep hold of the ball quite well, make dribbling look fairly simple. Which I suppose if you define it like that, and you look at the majority of the choices here, Sterling, Mane, Lucas, Gerard Deulofeu, Zaha. I mean, the ball barely leaves their foot when they're dribbling. But yeah, I'm not keen on the name, but I can understand it.
But yeah, it's true. It is true. They are fantastic dribblers of the ball, and again, they've used this nice spot/diamond/3D effect in the background. So I think they're the same rarity as the diamond cards, actually. They look really nice, kind of a Halloween-y theme. I kind of liken them to, with the orange and the black colouring, but it is really nice. Again, a really nicely designed subset. It's just the name. I think it caught a few people off guard because a lot of people thought it was a typo for skills, but it still works. It still works as a subset as a whole. There's Lucas Moura there with 90 on attack. Now, that's one thing I would say. The ratings in Panini collections are a little bit extravagant for some players, but I think that's just purely for the game purposes, because all trading card collections end up being a trading card game, and they want to give different players different ratings. But I think it doesn't bother me too much. I think it's cool.
No, I think it's nicely designed. One of the things I would say that I've just picked up on is that for anyone that's ever interested in sort of the printing techniques of the card, if you hold this card flat and you look across it, you can see the circles on the card. And it sort of shows how Panini have printed the different layering involved in printing the card. You can see the circles and the sort of the rainbow effect, which I think is quite cool.
Wow!
I like the fact again that they've done something different. They haven't used a similar template for another card. I like it a lot.
It is fantastic. Again, I think this, even though we didn't quite like the name, it's still an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Maybe an 8.5 actually, because of the design. Possibly a 9.
It's definitely not their worst subset. Definitely not. It's
no.
Despite the name, I like the design a lot. So yeah, I'd agree with that. Should we go with 8.5?
I think 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
8.5 or a 9.
Somewhere
comment
in
down
that
below.
range.
Comment down below, or comment in the Premiere, whatever side it's going to be, where the live section, comment section is. Feel free to comment. What do you think?
In one of these
Right.
directions.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, the next one is another one of the same rarity, Game Breakers. Another emphatic design. With the crack in the background, it's so awesome.
For me, this is sort of a very close second to the diamonds in terms of design and, again, card concept. I like the fact that I suppose a lot of these players perhaps wouldn't normally get a special card for other things, but it sort of does what it says on the tin. It's players that break down the game, players that are able to put in a tackle, win possession, and sort of turn over play and move the ball forward for their team, which I quite like the concept of. I love the design. I think it's a really good design.
As you can see here, look at the rainbows in the background. It's kind of like got a crystally theme as well, with the turquoise, purple, light blue. There's loads of different colours, and it's the crack in the background. That's brilliant. It works so nice, and it's a different crack for every player, I think. It's similar cracks in the background, so it definitely works really nicely. There he is, James Milner for Liverpool. So yeah, these players tend to be quite high on their control stat. As you can see, the blue one in the middle. So definitely worthwhile finding a couple of these for your team. But yeah, awesome cards, and I'd give it 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd agree. So close to that 10, but just not quite there with the diamonds. But yeah, 9.5. I'd 100% agree with that. Definitely.
Absolutely. Next, we have the trios, the triple threats. That's what they're called. These are very different. We haven't seen these before. It's another one with more than one player on the card. These were rarer, I think. Yeah, these were rarer than the awesome foursomes. Yeah, they look cool. They're nothing special though. I think they're the weakest of the subsets.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I'll go straight in and sort of talk about what I would give them. I'd probably give them a 7 for rating. Again, I like the concept. I like the fact that they've tried to, I suppose, play on some of the teams' nicknames or some of the sort of the culture around where the teams come from. They don't really do anything else for me other than that, and have a couple of words across the card. Yeah, I mean, they're nicely designed. There's some good colours in the background, but I think if Panini, could come up with something better or something different next year to sort of put in place of these, it wouldn't bother me in the slightest, really.
Yeah, there is an error in there with Sanchez being on the Red Hot Devils one. They have kind of used that same crack they use for the Game Breakers in the background, which I've just noticed. So it's a bit of a lazy design, but I do like how all the players are studio shots. Now, obviously, they've got access to all the studio pictures they've taken, so that's different. And not a lot of the cards in this collection have that studio theming to it, so it kind of makes it a bit more prominent, because as we'll get into in a minute, the master cards, or whatever they're called, the golden ballers, that's it, they have the studio shots on them, so makes them a little bit more sought after. But other than that, it's not the best subset, but it's definitely not awful. So a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, somewhere in between. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Not
Absolutely.
at all.
Right, moving on, we now have one of the harder subsets to complete. It's the elite cards, as you can see here. Again, really nicely designed. It's kind of got a glitch effect to it. There's Patrick Van Arnholt, PVA. And then we go, moving on, we've got a couple more there. And, I've got spoiled too many of them, but there we go. Again, it's a really nice design. What do you think?
No, I like it. I think there's lots going on with the card and the patterns in the background. Obviously, there's sort of the rainbow effect, and then there's sort of some, as you say, sort of the how did you describe it again? It was sort of a glitch, yeah, like a glitch effect. I really like them. I like the rarity as well. It's nice to have a subset within a card collection that is a challenge to get hold of. And it always felt like when I opened a packet, probably more so than other subsets, and I got an elite card that I needed, it felt good. It was a sort of a good feeling that, yeah, actually you've got another one to add to your binder that you're quite pleased with. So yeah, I really like these. I would say, again, got to be up there between 9 and 9.5 as a rating. I don't think there's too much wrong with these at all. I really like them.
They are really good. Some of the ratings are really fantastic for your team. So these are the cards you want to look out for to put in your team. Obviously, there's no £1 million limit on this, or million euro limit, because it's ADRENALYN XL. It's Panini. They do their game completely different. It's more like top trumps Adrenaline XL, in my opinion. Definitely fantastic. Definitely would recommend. But these elite cards are more like kind of rarer hero cards. Definitely not easy to complete. But as you said, when you did get one which you needed, it was a brilliant moment. It really was.
Just touching on the player choices, like I would say they're quite well thought through. They sort of are players that are sort of more towards the elite end, if you like, of the Premier League, or players that have commanded high transfer fees or have done well in other leagues around the world. So yeah, I think the choices are pretty good.
They're sought after players as well, isn't there? You know,
yeah, definitely.
Pogba is just a player kids want, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, he might not always do it on the pitch, but he's won a World Cup. He's
a cult player, isn't he?
He is a very much a cult player. And then you go to the other end of the sort of the spectrum. You've got Jordan Henderson. Again, maybe he's never someone that's going to get you be a 10 out of 10 performer, but as we've seen this season, solid 8 out of 10 most games, and for what he does off the pitch as well. Let's not forget how good he's been off the pitch recently too.
Roberts, another touching up on the cult hero aspect, Andy Robertson. A lot of Liverpool fans love him, and even Jordan Henderson as well. Danny Ings for Southampton. What a season he's had. Anyway, moving on, we have... It's just phenomenal. It is... Just look at that. Just look at that. It is fantastic. The design on these is just incredible. And you can tell it's a card which is 1 in 50 packs. It's just got that little bit more finesse to it and card quality. What do you think?
I think they're lovely. I mean, I've got the Salah card out now, and I'm just sort of running my fingers over the sort of the card, the background, and it's the embossed effect on the card is so nice as well. Really high quality. Really high quality. Nice, great choice of players. Really well designed. I like this set. I like this subset a lot. And you've got the Invincible card there. I mean, yeah, that is a brilliant card as well.
It is brilliant.
I think the design's fantastic. My one criticism of this subset, and it's only a very minor one, but it's the name Golden Baller. I'd have loved it if they'd kept it like they sort of do in Italy, which is the Ballon d'Or or the Ballon d'Oro. I think it's a Ballon d'Oro in Italy. Yeah, if they'd just called them that, I think it would have been possibly the best subset in the collection. But yeah, I can't really fault them too much. I really like them. Such a well designed, well thought through card. Yeah, solid.
I'd probably say 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd agree. 100%.
It is fantastic. There we go. There's the Golden Ballers. Then we have... Oh, this is different. Yeah, the trophy card. I'll show this one off. Where did we find it? Was this
just in packets? Yeah, it was just in packs, yeah.
There you go. There's the trophy card.
I think it was a base card.
Yeah, 500 coins as well to find as well, or on the app. There we go. Trophy card. Nice little touch. Can't go wrong with a Premier League trophy. And that was the final card in the collection, actually, 469. So 469 cards to collect. Very affordable set, in my opinion. You could go as quickly as you wanted. You could go as slow as you wanted. It was very versatile, I think. And then limited editions were a little bonus on the side, which we'll get onto now.
We will. I mean, limited editions, where do we start? I suppose... Let's talk about where we were able to sort of get hold of the limited editions. Obviously, Jack showing the different Ellies there, and I think there were 26 plus sort of 4 others that we will talk about in a bit also. But yeah, I mean, I think you have 2 available in the starter pack, which was Aubameyang and De Gea. There was Grealish that was available in a multi-pack. And then there were 7, I believe. Was it 7? Yeah, there were 7 that were available in the premium packs, which were Lloris, Aurel Hernandez, Almiron, Wijnaldum, Sacco, Goodmanson, and Ozil. And I think that was a nice little touch, the premium packs, because obviously you've got a limited edition guaranteed in every one, plus also a guaranteed number of special cards, which was nice. And of course, the premium gold packs, where you got 3 limited editions inside one pack. In fact, it was 4 limited editions, because you got the 3 premium gold limited editions plus 1 premium limited edition from the premium pack, which again was a nice touch. I don't think getting hold of the limited editions, was there a product where the limited editions are sort of massively expensive?
Not really, no, because even if you open the Premium Gold packs and you got a couple of the same one, you could just buy the other one on eBay for like £3-4. So
I
it's
think the
very
Yeah,
affordable.
definitely. I think the most expensive product was the advent calendar, but with the advent calendar, you got packets with special cards in, and it was like just buying effectively. I think it was like cheaper than buying 24 packs from the shop,
Yeah.
because you got 2 limited editions as well. I think all for the price of £20. So
Obviously,
yeah,
there was the classic tin, there was the mini tin, two different tin variations. They like to do that, Panini. This was in the classic tin, I believe. David McGoldrick.
I think there were two, weren't there? It was
Yeah,
McGoldrick and Jesus, who I've got
yeah, that's it.
just here. Yeah,
There we go. So
here.
these are found in the classic tin. Let's talk about the design quickly on these ones. So it's pretty similar to the Game Breakers and all the other subsets in this collection. Pretty simple, nicely designed. Quite different though in terms of the border being black or like kind of bronzy kind of feel to it. I really like it, in my opinion. So I'd give it an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 for limited editions. It's nice and simple.
I'd say definitely a 9. I think would be where I'd put it. Really simple. Similar to the elite cards. In some ways as well, but yeah, I really like it. I think they're and obviously you've got the premium gold, which is slightly different. Do you want to talk about
Yeah, I think that's like
the
the Golden
variances?
Ballers, isn't it? With the star design in the background. So it's got limited edition written very, very smallly up there. Don't know if you can see that, but there we go. Human Son there. So I'd say that's possibly an 8.5,
Yeah,
maybe a
I would
9.
say.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I think you've probably got to give it a 9. I think you've probably got to give it a 9 again. It was nice. It was nice that there was some sort of variance in the limited edition design as well. That they decided to do something slightly different to sort of make them stand out from the others.
Another thing I'd say is that the player choices. There's players that wouldn't necessarily get special cards. We're looking at Goodmanson. We're looking at Onel Hernandez. They've just come up from the Championship, Norwich City. Almiron, Trossard, as you said, McGoldrick. It's got a good mix of players from all over the Premier League, whether they're a big club or a slightly smaller club. It's fantastically balanced. Panini continue to amaze me. They really do. And also, there is this card, the Premium Gold Online card, which you got with the Premium Gold pack, which gave you 200 coins. There we go.
I've got just 3 other cards here as well that were available in the Premium Gold packs, and that was the printed signature cards.
Ooh,
obviously got Lloris was one of them. Got Almiron here as well, who I actually got from my box. And then Ozil. So they were a really nice touch. I really like the fact that they were in the boxes, that there was a chance that you could get them. Again, the gold signatures, just nice little touch, nice little addition. And there was sort of no pressure on them being part of someone's collection either. It was very much if someone wanted to have them, they could. But if not, they weren't on any of the checklists that Panini printed for the limited editions. They were just an added bonus. So yeah.
None of the limited editions were on the checklist.
No, that's true. Very true.
It's perfect. If you wanted to get limited editions, you could do, but if you didn't, you didn't have to. It's not part of the checklist. So if you didn't have them in your back of your binder, it didn't matter. But that's what I like about Panini. They left so many pages at the back to add these special cards in. It's fantastic. Now, you've just shown off a special card, which you've got your hands on. I've got my hand on 5 very, very rare cards right here. South African exclusive cards, which Panini kindly sent over. Did a video on the channel, but here we go. So it's the Cadbury FC Legend cards. None of them are on eBay. They're just nowhere to be found. They're so rare. There's Gary Neville. These are the same legends used in the sticker collection in the middle of the album. Jamie Redknapp there. Ian Wright. Michael Owen. And Shay Given. So 5 of them to find in 5-player packs. I think it was quite easy to find, to be fair, to find all 5 of them. But there we have it. Awesome little subset to add to my binder, which isn't part of the checklist, but it adds a nice touch. And I'd give this design, it's nothing special, but it's got the Cadbury theming to it, I suppose. And it's a legend card. I love a legend card. So I'd give it an 8.5.
I'd agree. They're lovely. I know you did a video on it as well. They're just really nice, well-designed cards. I like the fact as well that they put some, rather than put the card scores on the front, the in-game scores, they've actually put some stats on the front for the players, which I think is quite a nice little touch. Yeah, lovely set, and I'd agree with that score.
Absolutely. But there we go. That's your Panini Adrenaline XL 2019-20 Premier League collection, all reviewed for you. What did you think? Comment down below what you think of the rating. But overall, I'd have to say this collection's a solid 9 out of 10.
I'd agree. And just one thing I wanted to touch on. In some of the material that you got with the binder, they were talking about Adrenaline XL Plus, so some update cards. We didn't get those this year, which for me was quite disappointing because I was really looking forward to sort of getting my hands on a few more cards, them doing some update cards, which never quite happened. But hopefully next year we might see that come into Panini Adrenaline XL.
I think the whole pandemic has played an impact on that quite massively.
Really?
Yeah,
I see.
You know, it was, and obviously they were planning the Euro collection.
True.
It's a bit tough for Panini, bless them. But yeah, that is a big criticism. So maybe we drop it to an 8.5 potentially. But overall, that's so much better than, all of the Topps collections we reviewed.
It was just really enjoyable to collect. It was just a really enjoyable set to collect. It was a challenge, which I liked. It wasn't one that I completed within a week. It took me, a couple of months to sort of finally get my hands on all the cards. Really well designed. Great selection of players and card designs and player choices for subsets. I think we've got to keep it at a 9, Jack. I think it's a fantastic collection.
It might have been creeped to a 9.5. It's that much of an awesome collection. But Panini have done fantastically well. The products, all of them were very, very nice. The only expensive one was the advent calendar. But again, as you said, it's like buying 24 packs and you've got special cards inside each of them. It was fantastic. I know it was £1 for 7 cards, was it, in this 6?
I think so. I think the word you used earlier, it was just generally an affordable collection. It wasn't, parents didn't have to shell out loads to go and get this set, which I think, was a real big winner with a lot of people. And I think, based on that, you'll probably see sales grow next year, Panini, for this set. I can only see interest increasing. So yeah, fair play to Panini and well done.
For coming in after 10 plus years of Topps match attacks at Premier League and to do as well as they did with this bad boy, that's impressive. And as we said, 9, possibly a 9.5 out of 10 overall. And we don't give ratings easy, me and Tobias, on these podcasts. So there we go. That's that collection out of the way. Now, the next one, you haven't got, have you?
I haven't got, but I have seen a lot of. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. UEFA Euro 2020 UK and Ireland edition, Adrenaline XL. We've got Harry Kane, Mbappe, De Bruyne, Sergio Ramos, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Gareth Bale. So some good names on the front. Really nicely designed. I love the kind of paint stroke with the Euro background as well. The Euro 2020 logo. Calculatori down there. Panini. Bang. Very simple. On the back, it's got a map. Can't go wrong with a map. But yeah.
I love that little feature of the map on the back. Again, it's just like we were talking about the flags earlier. It's a nice little addition, and again helps people to understand where some of the football that was meant to be played this summer was going to be held. Things got the host cities on the back. Yeah, it's quite a nice little addition there.
It is very nice because obviously it was split across a load of nations, this Euro tournament, it's just a shame that it's had to be cancelled. But obviously next summer you can't go wrong with that. 2 summers in a row, in fact, we'll be getting Euro or international tournaments. We've got the World Cup in 2022 happening as well. So, it's exciting.
It is.
But yeah, moving on. Now, the first subset in this collection, the first cards you see, are the best cards. It's the Master and Invincible cards. Now, may I just say, these were emphatic. Look at the design on those.
It's I mean, seeing that as you open the binder page, it sort of screams, this is going to be a good set. If that's the first page. I like that. Is that how you've put them in, or is that the numbering order? Because I like the fact that
the numbering order.
I love the fact that the trophies are right in the middle. I think that's a great little touch. Again, good choice of players there as well. Real good choice of players. Some different ones as well. It's nice to see sort of new emerging talent be recognised as well.
Yeah, Serge Gnabry.
Yeah,
I think that was a cracking choice for a MasterCard. We'll get one out for a closer look. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. Look at that. Cristiano Ronaldo, 100 on each of his stat, 300 total. I love how the stats are out the way. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it is just, and the design. Look at that crystal break up in the background. It is.
The rainbow effect as as well.
Yeah,
It's lovely. Yeah.
fantastic from Panini. I'd give that. I mean, I would be naughty and say that's a possible 10 out of 10 for a subset.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you could. I couldn't disagree with that. Really nicely designed, simple but effective. Yeah, I'd agree with that rating.
Even the trophy, I love having a trophy card as the Invincible. I think that's a very not crafty, but clever. That's the right word. Clever touch from Panini to add the trophy in there. So that's awesome. Maybe next year, the Premier League one, do the Premier League trophy as Invincible. That could be good.
That's a good idea. Very good idea.
So yeah, good start the Euro collection with a 10 out of 10 as their first or the main subset. Then we got the host cities, another kind of educational card, as we touched on. Then we got the playoff moments along the middle there, which is fantastic. I love the design. They've got it all separated really nicely there.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people open the packets of cards, but I haven't actually seen the cards in the binder like that. And again, that's not just Panini thinking about the design of the cards; it's them thinking about the design of the cards and how they're going to look in the album. So I really like the fact that they've sort of thought about how the cards are going to look on each individual page. So I think credit where credit's due there.
There we go. There's Wales qualification magic moment. That's what they're called. Really nice design. It's got like a paint stroke and then the picture in the background. It's really cool. A little bit of embossing in the background there on the background pattern. But yeah, these are called bonus cards, as you can see here. So I don't think you can use them for the game itself. I know you can. +5. Don't know what they do, but if you do play the game, then feel free to tell us in the comment section. But yeah, I'd say overall the host cities and the magic moment cards, I'd give them a 7 out of 10. I really like them. Nice and simple.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I quite like the host city. I do quite like the host city cards. I know it's obviously sort of stylized in the graphic design that they used for each sort of city's individual posters, but I really like that. I think I think 7. Yeah, you probably know a little bit more than me, but for someone that's not seen many of these, probably 7 or an 8 would be fair either way.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. It really is nice. Now, moving on, we have the base set. So we'll move on to a good team. We won't do Austria. Let's go to England. Let's do it. Here we go. Bang. That is patriotic. Look at that. There is England. Lovely design. So it's got 3 special cards down here, 3 special cards down there, and then the base set in the middle. What do you think about that?
Again, it's really well thought through. Firstly, the base card design is lovely. I love the fact that the flag is in the background and it's quite a prominent feature. But I like the fact that they've thought about where they're going to put the special cards, and rather than just bung 6 down in the bottom on the right-hand page there, they've gone, actually, we can make this look really nice and put them down either side of each page, and I think that's a really nice touch.
It does look really nice, and some of the special cards are cool as well. So we've got the captains. Now, these are quite sought after. There we go. There's Harry Kane. Cristiano Ronaldo's got one. We'll show you him in a minute. But there we go. It's got matches or / appearances just there. Captain there. Nice. This is an insert card, so they were not the easiest to find, all of them, but there we go. Same rarity as the badge cards. They're called fans insert cards. In fact, all of the ones in the base or within the base cards are called fans subset cards. So they're I think there are 2 in every pack. So it's again, very, very affordable. I know it was £1.70 per pack, but if you bought in bulk and you bought a couple of booster boxes, that saved you money. And you got pretty much the whole collection after 2 boxes, and you can just order the rest on Panini Shop. So definitely affordable in my eyes.
I like the way that they've thought through the different subsets, and they've tried to make them I suppose sought after cards still, but very much attainable. I mean, look at those 2 subsets there as well. There's something I've always liked about and this contradicts what I said earlier as well about having more than one player on a card. But I quite like the concept of having like starting 11 cards. Again, I don't know really. They're probably not very. You probably can't use them in the gameplay, but as a card, that looks quite nice. Having the formation that England usually play and the sort of the most likely lineup on a card, I think is brilliant.
Yeah, so in terms of the base set and all the base insert cards, there's Spain. Look at that. Lovely red and yellow designs there. Let's get on to Portugal. Let's have a look at Ronaldo. I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10, maybe a 9 in terms of the base set, including the special cards they come with. There is Portugal. Can't go wrong with that. And there's Cristiano Ronaldo in the top right.
That's just, again, like, it just looks so nice. It's, as I said earlier, so well thought through. I almost regret not collecting this set. It's so nice, so nice.
I think it's a solid 9 out of 10 in terms of the base set.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Come with it. But moving on, we've got the goal stoppers, defensive rocks, key players, and goal machines, and all-round players, which are called power-ups. So I'll get one of each. There's the goal stoppers. Nice purple border there, as you can see. Some decent names in there as well.
Yeah, it's goal stoppers. That's what I was talking about earlier when talking about the Premier League Adrenaline XL release. That's the subset that Panini have used for a number of years. So I was nearly there with top keepers. But again, they're quite nice. I like the little stadium theme in the background. Is it? I can't quite tell over the camera, but is that a different stadium each time, or is it just the same stadium?
That is a very good question. Oh, I haven't noticed this. It's got the flag. They've changed the colour of the fans to their nation colour. So let's get some examples out, shall we? So if you look in the background there, so the fans are red and white.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, nice.
And then there's the Denmark fans. Look at that.
All red, yeah.
Red and a bit of white in there
a bit
as well.
White, yeah.
It is. I didn't notice that. It's the small details. Look at that, small details, and that's made me even more amazed at how amazing this collection is. So, wow. When do Panini continue to surprise me? They are fantastic.
Again, it just highlights the thought and the attention to detail that they've put into their collections this year. I think you've got to applaud that. You really have.
There's the defensive rocks.
Again, another sort of, been a subset that's been around for a long, long time for Panini. Defensive rocks. I think they've been a regular feature of their World Cup and Euro sets in the past. Again, some good choices there. Similar design to the goal stoppers, but I like them. Simple, but effective.
Yeah, it's these power-up cards are pretty much the same design but different border. Defensive rocks have got red, goal stoppers have got purple, key players blue because they're midfielders, goal machines have got green, and then all-rounders have got red, orange, or red, yellow, and green. So that's pretty cool. There's the key players. Some good players in there as well, as you can see. I'm missing a goal machine, which is a big shame. I believe it's Timo Werner. Yeah. I think my favourite is the blue one, the key players. I love a blue. Look at that. Oh,
yeah, that's quite nice.
Lovely blue board. And as we mentioned earlier, the stats are nicely out the way, even on the base cards. So it is fantastic, this collection. I'd say these power-up cards are probably maybe an 8, 8.5, 9. It's up to you guys, really.
I mean, I would say 8.5. I would say 8.5 is definitely fair. I think you've got an argument for a 9 there, but I would say 8.5 definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, moving on, we've got the multiples. Now, I'm missing one multiple, and that is a midfield engine. So there's 3 different types of multiples. We've got the wall, midfield engines, and attacking trios. But there are the walls, which are a goalkeeper and 2 defenders. There we go. Nice. Midfield engines down here, we've got 2 of them there. There's the Spain one, missing the Denmark one and the Croatia one. Let me turn the page. And there are the attacking trios. Can't go wrong with that.
I like the way the sort of flag, or I suppose the country's flag sort of wraps around the players and disappears off into the background. That's again, really nice little concept design there. Well done, Panini, for that.
So 6 out of 10 for each of these ones. Let's take a closer look at this. Look at that. There is Giroud, Griezmann, and Mbappe attacking trio. Nice green again for forwards. We've got yellow for multiples, for midfield engines, and then red for defensive players, the walls. It's really nicely themed, this collection, but there we go. Nice. What would I give that as a rating? Maybe a 9, 8.5. It's tough.
Again, I think you could sort of sit in between both. I mean, personally, I like those. I think 9 would be fair, but that's just my it's just my opinion. But
it's very consistent, this collection, as we've seen a lot. I don't think we've got a rating below 8 yet. Then we've got some more fans insert cards, which are these playoff team ones, which are nicely horizontal this time, and got some different names who are in the playoffs there. There's Belarus being one of them, Bosnia, and then I'm missing a couple of them, to be fair. 3 of them I'm missing there. And there we go. And then we got the mascot and the logo. Can't go wrong with that. 2 cheeky little cards there. And I believe that's the last one in the main. So, yeah, 468. So, very similar to the Premier League collection. I mean, wasn't it 469 cards?
It was. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, very, very consistent, similar number there.
Very consistent in their numbering of collections. Maybe it's just UK and Ireland. They're kind of making it similar to make it more same affordable aspect to it. But there we go. It is really awesome. And then with the UK and Ireland edition, you've got these exclusive ones. So we've got Republic of Ireland cards. There we go.
Very nice, yeah. Again, keeping the theme of the other base cards, but obviously only exclusive to the UK. Yeah, just same as before, really. Very simple. I like them a lot. You know, nice little touch as well for UK collectors to have an exclusive, because it isn't always that that we get exclusives over in the UK. So I think that's a nice touch, and well done to Panini for that. Yeah,
there we go.
I like that a lot.
So it's Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. So it really, as you said, we don't get many exclusives in the United Kingdom, do we? So it was nice to get that in this collection, and a lot, you know, it's really nice having Ireland. All the home nations are in this collection. It's got England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and Scotland. They're all in it. And then we've got the limited editions. I didn't have many of these, but they are horizontal as well. Quite a far back picture in some of them. Quite inconsistent, actually, with the design a bit. This one's quite close up, the Hazard one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably not my favourite design of the limited editions. I know, obviously, Panini have quite a bit done the horizontal limited edition for their World Cup and Euro sets in recent years. And I think, in a way, it's quite nice, but also, almost at the same time, you lose out on the player, if you get what I mean. The player isn't always as prominent or as big. So yeah, like the limited edition is almost more prominent than the player himself on the card there, which I think is a bit of a shame. Not a bad design. You know, I haven't really got too much to say about it that I necessarily dislike, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, there wasn't enough room in the binder to put all the limited editions if you did get them in. There's not enough pages. They needed one more page, and then it would have been enough. But there we go. So basically, if you collect this collection, you don't need the limited edition cards. Just don't bother with them if you're collecting it. They're nothing special, nothing to write home about. I'd give them probably a 5 or 6 out of 10. Those limited edition cards.
Yeah, it's probably fair. And I think just the other thing is as well, I know some people obviously feel the need with the limited editions. And this is where Panini, for me, goes slightly wrong with their LEs for Euros and World Cup collections. They will release different sets of LEs in different countries. And obviously some people, the sort of the super serious collectors, will go after the different LEs released in different countries, which I think, you know, makes it an expensive hobby for some people. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. But I'd agree with the score, and I think other than that, what a superb set that is for the Euros. I think they've done a superb job designing that whole set. So well done to them again.
It is fantastic. So that's that all done, and I'd probably give it maybe even a 9 again. That's two 9 out of 10s. The Premier League collection and the Euro collection, both 9 out of 10s. And that just goes to show Panini have had a fantastic year. And we'll get onto their sticker collection in another video, which just, you know, that just sums Panini up, really. That their sticker collection from the Premier League is just, it's the best. It really is. But yeah, what do you think about Panini this season then, Toby, overall?
I think it says it all that we have given them 9 out of 10 for both of those sets, and we haven't even talked about the stickers yet. You know, again, without giving too much away, if you thought these were, you know, the card collections were good, I seriously look forward to talking about the sticker collections. Panini, good job, well done. I think it's always difficult to sort of come on in. Obviously, Match Tax and the Premier League are sort of two well-known brands that have been together a long time. So to sort of come in and partner up with the Premier League and do such a good job with the card collection for the first season has to be applauded. And again, they've sort of followed a similar path that they've done with previous European Championship collections this summer. Shame that obviously it didn't take place, but it means that we've got another collection sort of to look forward to next year from Panini again. So yeah, good job, guys. Well done.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well done to Panini. If you are watching this, all those marketers out there from Panini, hello, well done. Keep it up. Do it again next year, because I'm telling you now, it will be fantastic. And all us collectors love you. The Panini collections this season have been phenomenal. It's
Set the bar high.
Yeah, you have set the bar high. Next season, if you don't make it as good as last season, then, come on, just continue that trend, make it even better than what it is. So, but yeah, I hope you did enjoy episode 4 of the Football Card Podcast. Today, again, we were joined by Toby. Did you enjoy it?
I did. Just don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Subscribe to GBW if you haven't already. And yeah, I look forward to sort of the next couple of podcasts. But yeah, thanks again, Jack.
Absolutely fine. If you do want to follow Toby on Instagram with his football collectibles hobbies, then link is in the description. As I said, there is also a message out there. If you do want to donate, you can leave a super chat on this premiere. There is another picture on the screen now of the super chat icon, which you can click, and then you will give us, you can always donate us a bit of cash to help us out make future podcasts. But yeah, hope you did enjoy this episode. If you want to see more, make sure to smash the like button, as Toby said. Hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you do not miss future premieres of the Football Card Podcast. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.